No, we
but
would win, yeah.
but the problem
No,
is
you
that
won't,
to
because we
win.
got boots on the ground and they're not your.
All right, I don't know what the this stupid nigga thinks this is, but this isn't a watermelon rally, so it's one mic at a time.
Yo, 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 yo. He said, look, listen, this isn't a watermelon rally. Yo.
They're not your.
All right, I don't know what the this stupid nigga thinks this is, but this isn't a watermelon rally, so it's one mic at a time. Jamal, relax, dude.
Would you marry a woman if she genuinely converted to your religion or your values? I asked Fuentes the same question. I said, like, if a woman converted to Catholicism, would you marry her? If I want to know. I'm curious what you think.
That's a good question, man. I want to have multiple wives, so yeah, I could have one wife. That's cool. Pokemon,
Okay, cool. Because
Pokemon, you got to catch them all, you know.
Yeah. When I asked Fuentes that question, he said,
would you marry a J wife? A J. We're not gonna say the word. A J wife.
no, man. I said, well, why not? Because I was trying to figure out like what his position was on, is a race problem or, there was just, anti-Israel and the kind of the nepotism. And he said, there's just something weird about him. That was his response to me. And so I'm like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
no, I would. One of the benefits is in the Islamic faith, you can marry women of anyone from the book. So I'd have one Christian, one Jew, and then one Muslim girl, and then bam, I'm good, man. I got them all.
So, like, to me, like, that's the definition of not being anti-Semitic or racist if you're willing to marry someone of the race in question. Like,
that's a good ass question. That's a good ass question. Let's keep it all the way frank. Let's keep it all the way real. Don't get on this bitch sugarcoating. What race women would y'all not marry at all? What race women would you say, you know what? No. Race or religion or ethnicity, whatever you want to say, which one would you just say, you know what? No, absolutely not. Let's keep it all the way frank. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to tell y'all straight up, bro. Y'all know me. I don't got no hairs on my tongue. I ain't got no sponsors, no none of that. I'm not marrying no Asian women whatsoever, bro. They small. Their culture is different. I need somebody tall so I can make tall babies because I'm a tall man myself. I'm not trying to have no 5 foot nothing running around here. If it ain't if you can't produce me 6 foot and up children, don't even come my way. I'm not married. On top of that, I just don't like their culture, bro. I don't. Only thing I like about their culture is hibachi and sushi. That's it. Indians. No, listen, dog. Listen, no, hear me out though. Today I was pulling up to the airport. I was dropping one of my mans off at the airport, right? No Diddy. When I pulled up to the airport, what I see? Fat ass Lamborghini, like a matte gray Lamborghini, like yours, right? I said, who the fuck that man pop out? He's a dark-skinned man, but the Indian kind of, you know how like there's an Indian kind of dark skin? He's the Indian kind of dark skin, bruh. And I said, that's that Indian dude with that damn Lamborghini. That shit is bad than a mother. Then I see what looks to be his daughter. Oh my God, his daughter was fine as fuck. Oh my God, you know he's sending her off to college. Daughter fine than a mother. She like a light skin, but she's like an Indian type of light skin with the long dark hair. Oh my goodness, she was bad than a motherfucker, bro. So I don't know. Maybe Indian I could. For sure. But don't cook none of that shit in my house. Don't cook none of that shit that's gonna make my damn curtains smell like whatever the fuck you cooking for weeks. Don't do that. But yeah, I just Asian, I could never. Asian, and plus I don't want you on the phone and you get the ching ching bam boom bam. What the fuck did you just say? You said your husband got a limp dick. Man, listen, man. Shit no, bro. Hell no, bro. I can't do it, bro.
Racist just wouldn't marry somebody or have children with somebody of the other religion. Like, it's, I don't know, it just seems antithetical to it. Maybe I'm oversimplifying.
No. I mean, I definitely see your position. You want to be. The thing is this: Like, and this is why I think it's so important to be critical of people from an individual level versus a racial level. Like, of course, you can kind of draw distinctions and comparisons to be like, damn, it just so happens that this group of people is involved in shit. But you always want to get away from potentially labeling all those people under that, you know, pejorative stereotype. He'll never get it. And the reason why
it's going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, you're right, especially if it's New York.
Yeah, it's New York.
Hey guys, I need to talk.
What the yo?
I need to talk.
Yo.
I need to talk.
Bro, what the what the is going on here, man? Like, do we got the short bus crew right now?
Nah, I don't know who I don't know who the fuck brought him up.
What the
I'm trying to give him the boot fast enough.
What the I'm trying to be nice, right? Give people a choice. This comes in and says, I gotta talk. Like, bro, what the is wrong with you, man? Goddamn, now I gotta roast you, you drooling retard. What the is wrong with you, dude?
We got some drunks on Saturday night.
Holy shit, man.
The case.
Watermelon Warrior night.
Bro, Dylan Ward is one of those stupid I gotta go.
He said Watermelon Warrior night. Yo, they are tripping on that motherfucker, bro. How do I get in on these Twitter spaces? I gotta get in on these Twitter spaces, bro.
Go to school 3 hours early because he can't walk around the hallways without his retard handler next to him, bro. God damn, man. They probably had to make you use lead pencils in school, bro, because you would stab yourself with a real one, you dumb fuck. Damn, man, I hate retards, bro.
Holy shit.
Grow a pair, bro. Like, if you're going to be a co-host of a space, because I literally see you in here. If you're going to be a co-host of a space, it's a meritocracy, you retard. Don't let retards like that dumb bitch talk, and then you miss. Then your whole audience gets the show derailed, and it's unbearable to listen to. I was going to give that whole monologue to you idiots in your space, and it would have been great content. But guess what? Now I have to do it over here because you're a dumbass that don't understand meritocracy. So go ahead, so you guys can give him a mic. I'd be happy to respond to him, but you're a fucking dumbass, Santino. Next time you're co-host, know who the you got in your space, you dumb idiots.
Myron, why don't you shut the fuck up? How about that? Shut the fuck up and don't ever talk to me like that again. Okay, who the fuck do you think you are coming into a space and running your mouth?
Like whoa. He said you sound like a rag with an F. Yo, this guy is crazy.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what I sound like, you idiot. You think I hurt my feelings? I know how to run a space. Shut the fuck up.
You wear high heels on Sunday.
Someone needs to tell you to shut the fuck up, so I just did. I told you to shut the fuck up.
Okay,
so gay guy.
Hold on, just so you know, I was kicked out of this space for no reason. I literally I wasn't even requesting.
Yeah, the monkey sound
and
is
then
crazy.
It was censorship.
Call me a shut the fuck up, bro.
But you are.
We did. Okay,
that doesn't matter. Grow a set of balls and be a man and grow up and talk. Don't call people names, motherfucker.
You're literally a cock guzzler, skittle sucking, faggot piece of shit.
Yo, he going in.
You got a bad haircut, bro. You look like a pinhead.
Hey, guess what? I could cut my hair and change it.
Well, you didn't think I had a mouth?
Faggot.
You don't know how you talking to, brother.
Yeah, a queer. That's what I'm talking to, a queer.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Dude, you literally take it in the ass. You're a sodomite.
Shut up.
He said you take it in the ass. He said you literally take it in the ass. Yo, I can't breathe, bro. This fucking crazy.
You take it in the mouth probably every night.
You're a sodomite and you wear high heels on Sundays. You are a queer.
You don't know what I do. You don't know nothing about me. You generalize people. Oh, you weren't ready for me to come up. You thought I didn't have a mouth. Now you know I got a mouth, brother.
I said for Mike.
All right. So
go work on that head.
Okay, guys.
And I'm going to say why. Look.
No.
Yeah, hold on. Let me finish my point. I'm going to explain why you guys need to stay in the closet, okay? The reason why you guys need to stay in the closet is because it's sexual degeneracy, okay? If I take a heterosexual guy, right, and he whacks off every day to midget porn, guess what? He's going to be ashamed and he's never going to come out about that shit. He's going to hide it. He's going to say, I don't want nobody else to know that. We need to do that shit with gays too. The problem with you guys is, not you particularly, because you might be a reasonable gay person. But what I'm saying is a lot of gays, they love to be loud and proud and flamboyant.
Hold on.
It's nothing to be proud of.
It's promoted. It's promoted. These parades are funded.
Hey, Unreality, shut up, bro. I'm talking. You've been yapping the whole time. Just shut up for
But
2
you
seconds.
know that. You have to
Just
know
shut up for 2 seconds.
Hold on.
Shut up for 2 seconds.
Let him finish what he's saying.
Because here's the thing with you leftists, right? You guys look at the problem itself, and you guys might go maybe 1 step back or 2 steps back as to where it started. I'm looking at this from a totality of the circumstances, okay? This is a sexual degeneracy problem, and it needs to be suppressed. There's nothing to be proud about with you being. There isn't. And to be honest with you guys, the reason why it's been exploding in popularity, like you said, it's socially accepted. We need to go back to making it non-socially accepted. It needs to be like an undercover, underground thing. You guys want to be gay? Cool. But we should not go ahead and be propping this up because, like I said before, you give them an inch, they take them out. How do you think we got to this point where we got gay people running around twerking with no clothes on with kids there? We got there by allowing you guys to come out the closet in the first place. Yes, well, for sure. Trust me, I'm I'm a big critic on this.
Listen, I could never imagine that. I could never imagine that because it's just not in me, bro. Like, it's not in me, bro. I tell you something, bro. Yesterday I didn't stream. Last night I didn't stream. I was with a shorty. You remember the heart shape? I was with the heart shape last night right here. Matter of fact, 1 second. I was with the heart shape last night right here. That was my train of thought. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like I feel like people who swing the wrong direction are missing out on, like, women, bro. You're missing out on women. I get why though. Like, women do suck too. They suck. But then they also really suck. Like, literally suck. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I could never. I don't know. I could never, bro. Word. I just could never, dog. I wouldn't even. Life wouldn't even have a point to it. If we didn't have women, life wouldn't have no point. What's the point? Think about it. What's the point? What's the point of even getting a haircut? What am I getting a haircut for? What am I work for? What am I get clean for? What am I anything? If I can't fuck something, and it's got to be a woman, a soft, hairless, short, beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want to procreate with a short woman. I want to procreate with a tall one, but I like fucking the short ones. I'm part of the problem. Let's continue.
But what I'm trying to say, though, is that if you give them an inch, they take them out. We need to go back where homosexuality, being a lesbian, is shamed. You guys need to go back in the closet.
Do I think being... Wait.
And I'll tell you why.
No.
Do I think being... If I was president, if I was not president, emperor, if I'm emperor, so my very first target is not... It's not gays. It's not. It's not. Because all they want to do is be gay and do their thing. All right. Would I make it? I'll make it so they shouldn't display it. I'll make it so they shouldn't display it. But my first target of people who I would try to go against, it's anyone who's ever bought an OnlyFans. Anybody who's ever spent $1 on OnlyFans. Anybody who's ever funded. Anybody who buys porn, like subscriptions, all that. I would round them up. Oh yeah. Needless to say, the predators, you're out of here. If you're a predator and you do and you're looking at like kid stuff on it, you're out of here. Needless to say, you're out. Like, that's your last day. We're not doing trials. We're not doing none of that. We're doing trials on the spot. We pulling up to your house, bah, kick the door, boom, put him on his knees, handcuff him, go through the computer, find the evidence, shoot him right then and there. Get rid of them. But the OnlyFans supply, the dudes who send all their money to OnlyFans and get nothing in exchange, they clearly like working for free. So what I would do is I would round up all the OnlyFans dudes who pay money to OF chicks for nothing. I would round them all up. We'd be arresting them. And I would give them a life sentence, and I would make them work for free, life sentence, and I would neuter them. In GTA, we would chemically castrate all of them and make them work for free in GTA, because they are the main reason why society is declining. When there's no money, degeneracy, you gotta fund the degeneracy. Not only do you have to fund it, you also have to like push it forward almost to a certain extent. Think about this, right? And I don't want to sound like Fresh. Think about this. Think about it though, right? If there is no benefit out of it, they wouldn't do it. We would get women right back in the kitchen. We get women right back in the kitchen. But instead, they're like, well, I can make a OF and make thousands and thousands and thousands, if not millions. I've seen bitches make millions. That's nuts. Make thousands and millions of dollars. And goddamn, I don't gotta do nothing. And I'm strong, independent. You're not strong and independent, baby. Let me tell you, you're not a boss either. You're crowd-funded. You're a crowd-funded whore. So I would get the crowd that's funding you, and I would off them. And no. The dudes who pay for box, they're cool. I let them slide because that's as old as the sun. Paying for boxes is as old as the sun. I don't condone that, but it happens. People do it. It's normal. Everybody can't just get box. They could pay for it. What I would do is I would legalize selling box. Hear me out. I would legalize selling box all the way legal. So then that would devalue the price of box to where you could probably get like a cheap, I don't want to say too crazy words, a cheap escort, let's say, or a cheap woman to sleep with you for like $20. That would make it so that they don't want to be whores because they only making $20 a fuck. Meaning they got to fuck 10 times a day to get $200. That ain't worth a damn. But right now, if a bitch can charge you $400, I can't even be mad. That's a good ass hustle. She got an ATM between her legs. But I would drop the price. Literally, I would devalue the price of box. I would legalize that everywhere. Next thing you know, you have women selling themselves for cheap as fuck, and women wouldn't even want to sell themselves because they'd be too cheap. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to go against people's free will, but what I will do is certain things I'm going to regulate. So you want to spend your money on OnlyFans on the internet and shit like that, that means you like to work for free. That means I would find you, I would arrest you, I would have you neutered or chemically castrated, and I would make you work for free, like how they do in North Korea. I would put you in a work camp until you're out of there. In GTA, you would literally be laying blocks. You would be the best brick mason for free until you die. Until you die. That's what I would do, 100%. And guess what? The OF site was shut down. I would have the OF site shut down in 3 months if we did it like that. I wouldn't shut it down. No, if you want to sell yourself on there, sell yourself wherever. But it would be shut down in 3 months because nobody would be spending because they know I'm coming. FBI, open up. We found an OF. Okay, come with us. You got, this your credit card right here? That's a credit card transaction on OF? You like to work for free. Come with us. That's it. Throw them in a goddamn whatchamacallit, get them to work for free. They want to work for free anyways. I would make limping, with an S. I would make limping with an S illegal. Straight up. I would solve all problems. These little marriage problems and all that, I would solve all problems fast. Another thing I would do, I would make domestic violence decriminalized to a certain extent. You just can't close fist your shorty. You can't close fist your shorty. That's it. That's all I was in GTA. Don't close fist your shorty. And now guess what? Now you got authority over your household. What'd she say? Whoa. Over with. What you mean you tired? Make that sound. What? Over with. And GTA, of course, like the video game GTA would be, back balanced. And let me stop before I get fucking banned, dude.
No. But that's the extreme that's causing the problem, though. Bro. Let him finish what he's saying, and then you can respond to that.
Respond after. But the point I'm trying to make is this: if we got regular guys that are whacking off to BBW women, fat chicks, or midget porn, whatever, that guy's completely heterosexual, socially acceptable. But he even hides his sexual degeneracy because guess what? Midgets and fat girls is not cool. And we need to go back to shaming degenerative behavior. Same thing with gay.
Okay. I mean, that's your opinion. I can't. That's
Need
your
more
opinion. You're
men.
allowed to have your opinion, and that's your thoughts. But I think Nikki wanted to say something. So, did you want to say something? Then I'll.
Listen. Nobody, this is what you gotta understand. Once the precedence is set, once the norm is set, nobody's gonna be hitting anybody because they know that they can. The reason why people push buttons now, even like out in public, why do you think some dudes talk so much shit? They talk shit because they know, okay, if this guy goes in my jaw, I can sue him. I could put him in jail, blah 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 blah. That's another thing. I would make hand-to-hand combat, is that what they call it? Mutual combat legal federally in every state. I would make it legal. And if the person dies during mutual combat, you don't get charged for it. Respect levels would go because like, hey, what'd you say? Are you ready to die? Are you ready to die about what you just said? And engage then. And consent me and engage then. And let's just take it there. Hey, respect levels go to a maximum immediately. People wouldn't play around. People play around now because they know, oh, I'll just grab my phone and I'll just dial 911 and the police will come and take you. Yeah, they will. They will. But if they didn't, you wouldn't talk to me like that. You wouldn't. I would stomp your motherfucking ears together. Stomp your fucking ears together. And walk away. Really, I'm doing the world a favor anyways. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Fucking amazing world. I'm telling you, if I become emperor, y'all would love it, bro. Y'all would love it.
I came up and said, who the fuck are you? Look at you. Who are you? Look at you. Look at you. Emotional. Faggot. You're doing it, but it's 53 million. Calling everybody names, calling her a hoe. Okay, maybe she is a hoe. No. I'm just calling you a faggot right now. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, because he's a mouth-breathing retard, doesn't understand how microphones work. Educated on this shit. Look at this guy. Not educated on Look at this guy. How about you get a microphone, dumbass? How about that? How about that, you mouth-breathing retard? How about that? 67 IQ. Hey, bro, CPO point coin, bro. Do you know that people can still get past the can't get past this? You sip? Shut these up. You foreign. Get the fuck out of here. Yes. I'll cook your dumb ass all day. Who the fuck are you? You homosexual, you cock juggling. Your father wears panties on Thursdays and touches you.
He said your father touches you. Yo, Twitter spaces are lit. I didn't even know.
Up, man. Dude over here getting touched by his uncle and shit, trying to talk shit to me. So for those that are unaware, right, this girl comes in, says Fresh got her pregnant, etc., records conversations, blah, 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 right? And she does like a whole press run. She goes with Abba and Preach. She goes to H3. She does the collab with this monkey face. She does all this shit, right? She's released easily like 10 videos or 10.
Okay, I don't think we can keep watching this. I ain't gonna lie. As much as this is making me laugh, I feel like it's gonna get me banned. Y'all don't. I kind of feel that way. I don't know if y'all